So, how are we doing? Right, so I'm down in Maidstone. I plan to document this all a bit better and do a sort of pre-journey video, but a few things went against me a bit today, and I was in a massive rush. So yeah, I'm on my way to the Nürburgring for NLS 3. Very few flights at the moment, and I had to be on the simulator today on Thursday. I need to be at Nürburgring tomorrow morning. I couldn't get a flight, and I thought actually pretty good chance to do a bit of a road trip. First one for me in this Kia, and with the range, and it's okay rapid charging speed, not particularly fast, I've got to be honest. That's one of the things that it's a bit weak on, but still okay at faster rapid charges. I thought, I'll have a bit of a road trip. So yeah, today I was on the simulator and was expecting to get some PCR tests through for COVID testing to be able to travel, and we did 2 of them, one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday. Haven't turned up. So mad rush to get to Heathrow before another test centre shut at 6:30 to get one done at short notice. I was able to make that. Got there at like 6:22, and yeah, I've got the test result through finally, and stopped off at Maidstone. I got the test result as I've stopped actually. I was anticipating having to wait for a little bit for the test results, so I stopped for a charge. So yeah, we're going to Nürburgring. It's a bit of a decent journey. It's about 4.5 hours, I think, the other side of the tunnel. But yeah, I haven't done too much planning. I've got a better route planner to use, the application, to give good detailed information about charging level and charging stops along the way. But beyond that, yeah, just get in, drive, and see how it goes. So here I am, first and potentially, well, no, it won't be my only charging stop, but it could be my only charging stop. I think I will charge up to sort of 60% battery, which is the fastest charging rate, up till 60%, then it tapers off. And then go on to one more charger later on. But I've got about 210 miles to go, so I won't be far off. Just a small top up at the next charger, I'd have thought. So far, car's been awesome, honestly. I stopped for a short charge in England when I was waiting for my COVID test results. Which enabled me, actually completely unplanned, but enabled me to get here with like 9 miles of range left, so really optimum use of the charge. And yeah, comfy, good sound system, which is important on road trips, I think. And yeah, nice and efficient. It's got pretty cold now, as you can see from my breath. It's about 3 degrees here. Efficiency has been, I think, 3.3 miles per kilowatt hour, which at the, I'm not going slowly at all. I'm just going speed limit the whole way, as it's super quiet roads. So all things considered, pretty decent, I'd say. We're ticking along in the e-Niro at 75 kilowatts, which it's the fastest rapid charging car that I've ever had. But yeah, it makes me also honestly look forward to the next electric car that I get at some point. I mean, I have put a deposit down the Kia EV6. Also like the Hyundai Ioniq 5, same platform, same car kind of underneath the skin, and that would charge at 220 kilowatts. So 75 in this car. Next car could be 220, so that's like 3 times the speed. That would be, yeah, I think that does 0 to 80% in 22 minutes or 18 minutes or something, and the same sort of range as this. So not much more miles in the battery when it's full, but would charge up en route a lot quicker. Because I've been here for 20 minutes, gone and got a coffee, stretched my legs. That's about enough for me, honestly, but I do still have another 20 minute, no, I'll actually only be here for probably another 10, and then go on to the next charger. But still, it's better if it can be quicker, and the technology is absolutely there, so things are moving in the right direction. So a bit of a techie video now. The car is seemingly so efficient whilst driving that it barely heats up the battery, and it's not got manual battery heater, this car. It will heat up the battery. It's got winter mode, but I think that's like in negative 10 degrees or something, like really, really cold weather to preserve the life of the battery. So anyway, the situation is that the car arrived at, I think the minimum battery temperature was 23 degrees, minimum cell temperature, within the battery. It ranged from like 23 to 25, but 25 degrees is the critical temperature for it to be able to fully rapid charge at 75 kilowatts. So the first 10% of battery charge was at 50 kilowatts, and then it ticked over up into 25 degrees for the minimum cell temperature, then got the full 75 kilowatts, and we've got to 57% charge now, I think. And just check the battery again, it's up to 33 centigrade, 60% battery charge, and 33 degrees. So although it's only 3-4 degrees out here, I would hope that by the time I get to the next charging stop in 2 hours time, the battery's still warm, and I can just get a nice quick spurt of 75 kilowatt charging to finish off. But it's surprising with this car how long it takes to warm up the battery, considering I've done an entire battery's drain plus a bit more actually, because I had a small top up in England. It still wasn't actually warm enough to fully rapid charge. So it does make me think to those owners in colder climates in the northern part of Europe, Canada, places like that. I would guess their rapid charging times are fairly severely compromised. It's probably pretty difficult for them to get up to the 75 kilowatts regularly. There is a battery heater that does kick in, but that in itself does take a while to heat the battery up sufficiently. So learning as I go in this thing. So it's 3:45, last charging stop, car's basically done. It's a pretty weird place to be at a service station at almost 4 a.m. Just got the last little espresso to keep me going, got about 100 miles to go now. Should get there around 5 in the morning. Not ideal, but literally the only option for me to do this race. Well, here I am. I got here. It's 5:30. Sunrise is just about to start. Didn't quite anticipate it taking this long. I was expecting to be here around 4 o'clock, but hadn't actually factored in the hour time difference. And anyway, all went okay. Factoring in the fact that it's an EV and not massively rapid charging, I reckon it took about an hour and a quarter longer than a petrol car would have. But the next EV that I own, I'm pretty sure would cut the charging time that I spent to a third. So I reckon you're looking at maybe 15 minutes longer journey than a petrol car with that. Pretty looking forward to so that if I have to do this sort of journey again, I'm steaming up and I'm tired, so I'm gonna sign out. See you guys. Been out on track this afternoon and certainly made the drive through the night well worth it. Awesome to be back out on the Nordschleife. Yeah, right up there, best track in the world, I'd say. I don't know where the car is on track at the moment, but the track is live. Up in the lounge at the moment, and yeah, I'm just chilling out because I've got to be honest, feel pretty tired, but good practice for the 24 hours actually. So we're just under red flag here in qualifying. It's always quite a sight to see all the cars lined up in the pit lane. Absolute organised chaos, too deep the whole way through the pit lane pretty much. Yeah, nothing like the Nürburgring. Just finished the race here. Honestly, one of the more challenging races that we've had. Started on pole and led on the first lap, but yeah, we got overtaken a few times and our pace in the race wasn't quite what we had in qualifying. So on the return trip now, left Nürburgring at about 5:30, done 3 hours of driving. The bladder has filled up just about the same time as the car has emptied its battery, so all worked out nicely. Kicked off the charge, 12% now. Yeah, I guess I'll be about 25-30 minutes here, but could do with stretching the legs anyway, so yep, all good. So I completed the charge, well I'm just about to unplug anyway. Yeah, I've got 1 hour. If I leave now, I'll have 1 hour when I arrive at the Eurotunnel before my train. So seems like the right time to crack on. Got plenty of charge now to get through to the UK and probably to the M25 or a little bit beyond. So I'll probably need to charge one more time in the UK for a short period of time, which on the face of it actually, one charging stop for half an hour plus one short charging stop, shorter, not too bad. So just sat having my final charge of the journey back home at Cobham Services at another Ionity station. So yeah, I used those en route the whole time. Very nice, to be honest, but I'm also aware that as much as I love driving electric cars, and I'm more than happy to sit in a car for 10 minutes after popping to the toilet and grabbing a coffee. Some people will have to rely on rapid charging almost all of the time if they don't have on-street parking at home, or parking at their work, and some people don't love cars as much as me and just want to use it to get from A to B, and that's it, it does a job, and that's totally okay. And the charging speed that I'm getting at the moment probably isn't good enough for some of those people, and so yeah, I know I keep banging on about it, but the range, I'd say now with 240 odd miles of range in the battery is spot on. If you can charge it in 10-15 minutes, which the new EVs can, then we're just knocking another argument out of the park in terms of why people wouldn't transition to EVs. So this road trip's been super easy. I mean, I've got one leg to go. It's been, as much as I know about EVs and the charging infrastructure, even easier than I expected. But yeah, this sort of final hurdle of ridiculously quick charging times in terms of charging a battery, but normal charging times for people transitioning from petrol and diesel cars to EVs is the final step, the final hurdle. And yeah, I think we're pretty much there in terms of the years that are passing through the EV adoption phase. I think we're getting close to an absolute tipping point in terms of there just not being a single argument against EV adoption. So yeah, pretty exciting times from my point of view, having witnessed the transition to EVs from not day one in the UK, but you know, I was one of the first drivers of electric cars, considering that there was only really Nissan Leafs, a handful of Tesla Roadsters out when I got my car, barely a rapid charging network at all. And now when I see the progress that we've all made, it's pretty impressive. So back now from the Nürburgring. Quite a road trip that was. Obviously it's daytime now and I got back at like 3:30 in the morning, but I was most concerned about not waking up Rachel and the boys, so I just got inside last night. But overall, the car's been phenomenal. The whole trip was absolutely painless. No issues whatsoever. Charging stations were faultless. Okay, they were fairly expensive, but you know, you get a good service for that price. You know, I never had a failed charge, and I always had peace of mind that there were multiple chargers at the sites, so that if there were many people there, it would be likely that there would either be a free stall or somebody would leave pretty soon after I arrived. So yeah, I think really happy with the car. Over the, I think it was 900 and I think 70 or 80 miles, I can't remember exactly. I got 3.3 miles per kilowatt hour efficiency, which I think, considering most of the time spent in the car, it was like 5 degrees or less, is pretty sensible actually. And you know, I was bombing along at the speed limits, which in France, Belgium, Germany, you know, it was like 120, 130 kilometers an hour. So whatever that is, 75, 80 miles an hour. So I wasn't hanging around, wasn't driving stupidly slowly or anything, just normally. And most of the time had bladder range anxiety before the battery was depleted. So all good. I think it's time to get rid of the European headlight stickers and yeah, charge the car back up fully. Nice sunny day for it, nice low carbon electricity, and yeah, gives me a lot of confidence for doing further road trips in the future.